Hello, and welcome to an episode of Todd Talks. When Todd Talks, people listen. Insert predator noise here. I tried to do a couple takes with me doing the noise. It just couldn't. I couldn't get it loud enough. I'm sorry. But yes, today we are talking about the mid-season finale of Death Battle with Boba Fett versus the Predator, and I lost. I tried to go on a limb once again, and I lost. Oh well. But I'm 5-3 this season, so I can at least say I'm at a winning point right now. Um, so yeah, this episode was a very interesting one because it wasn't just about a predator; it was about the best of the predators. As I mentioned in my preview video, this was about the elites, the battle masters, the elders, and overall, I think they did a good enough job of showcasing this kind of predator versus the ones that we just saw, like in the first movie or certain other ones. Uh, I do wish that they had gone a little more. I think that was actually one of my biggest complaints was that I feel they went far, but they didn't go far enough. For example, they actually didn't talk about like some of the specific predators that have been seen in like the comics, like Wolf, who I mentioned, or Scar, or some of the ones that honestly had all these feats that you could reference. They talked about them for sure, but I feel they could have gone a little bit deeper. It also felt like the Predator section of the preview was just shorter. Maybe that's just how I felt it went, but it felt definitely shorter than Boba Fett's because it's like, oh yeah, these are the peaks, and then they do like the one liner to end it. Is like, okay, sure. Also, the way they framed it, it made it seem much more clear that the Predator might win, even though he didn't. It didn't. Um, that's what kind of threw me off. But maybe that's just the way it was edited or how I perceived it. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. The fight itself was fun. I liked how they incorporated not just the source engine, the source filmmaker engine, but the different armaments and the ways they fight. Like Predator starting out with the camouflage, but Boba can see it with his visor, and the different kinds of blade they use. They use the stick from the Tusken Raiders. They use the combi stick. They use the vibra blades, which are referenced. They even brought the plasma scythe. I thought they wouldn't use the plasma scythe because it's actually stated in the lore that the scythe would not be used for hunts. But again, I guess death battle rules do not apply, or the death battle rules means that the hunt rules don't apply. And yeah, so that was cool though. And I was like, oh man, but the plasma science say that he can die in 4 hits. That means that yeah, we can. He might win. And they did make it clear that the Predator had advantages, like clear advantages in times. In fact, they actually went against the G1 blog. The G1 blog said that the Predator had none of the stat trinity, strength, speed, and durability, but he apparently had a strength advantage, which I would have figured given his primal strength versus Boba Fett's arsenal strength, if you will. I also thought that they said that his less varied arsenal was not accurate, but that's just my interpretation, I suppose, because they do have a varied arsenal between the plasma caster, which can be very. They didn't talk about the various different kinds of the plasma caster, like how it can be omni. It doesn't need to focus on what the predator is seeing. It can be like a Gatling gun. It can be handheld at times. Um, I was a little disappointed they didn't talk about the net gun, but then again, he had the lightsaber, so because the lightsaber could cut through anything. But yeah, it made sense overall why Boba Fett would win. I just felt that with the elites and the battle masters being accounted for here, that the Predator would have a better chance, and he clearly did. They said that um, both the plasma scythe and the nuclear bomb option would have been enough to get the win. It was just that it was under very specific circumstances versus Boba Fett, who had um, the lightsaber, which could easily defeat the Predator on his own. Not to mention the stealth aspect, he wouldn't have to worry about that. If he didn't have his helmet, obviously he probably would have been screwed. But that wasn't enough, obviously. There were a few things just in how they handled the explanation I felt kind of didn't really mesh with me. Mainly how they defined the nuclear explosion element. Like he had to be 50 meters away to get away to get to the safe zone, not unlike what Arnold Schwarzenegger did. Um, that's fine, but like and I know that the death battle is just one interpretation. Like the fight itself is just one interpretation. I totally get that. But one thing that I noticed is that they even mentioned that the jetpack's gonna fail. The jetpack always fails, and that the countdown is on a 40-second thing. Okay, but Boba doesn't know that. Boba doesn't know what the counter is, and he even covers the counter. So I don't know. It just felt a little weird to me. Maybe it's just because I'm a little bitter. I really wanted to end this one with a because I wanted to be 6-2, but I'm 5-3 now. And the last time I didn't go on a limb was Asana, and I'm still bitter about that one. So I was kind of hoping that this time my faith would be rewarded. Kind of like what I wanted to do with Madara Aizen. But alas, it was not to be. It was still a fun fight. I liked how they did things overall. The ending I just felt was too abrupt. Like, we literally see him activate the bomb. Boba steps on the bomb. He's like, I'll be taking this. And, I love the voice modulator thing because that's definitely something that the Predators have done. Fools. I love that. And then all of a sudden it blows up and you see them in the epicenter, but Boba walks away. Like, what? And we saw him in the fight, get his jetpacks shorted out. So, either way. So yes, Boba Fett wins, and now we are on our mid-season finale break. Wrong! Because we're actually having a bonus episode. Because at RTX, they revealed a special collaboration with the video game Warframe, and they're going to put the Excalibur version of the Warframe versus Raiden from Metal Gear. I'm not going to do this one. I know very little about Warframe. I know of the game. I've had to write about it for work scripts, but I don't know enough about it that I feel comfortable discerning the video game aspects of it, nor do I actually think that there's enough research for me to do on this one. Plus, I just don't want to. I'm going to end it on a low note. I am not going if I was to guess, if you want my prediction, I would predict Raiden. I will not count it if Raiden wins, okay? Unless I'm being very, very greedy. Just because the Vibroblade was enough to kill Adamantium Wolverine, I'm pretty sure he's going to kill a Warframe. I don't know. So, but that will be coming out next Monday. So we got a bonus episode. That's awesome. And then after that is the Desk of Death Battle return with Jocelyn, which we should all be happy about. So with that, I'm in this episode of Todd Talk, and this will be my last Todd Talk until the return of Season 9. They said September, so hopefully we'll be getting some news on who will be showing up in the back half of Season 9. So let me know what you thought of Boba Fett versus the Predator. Who do you want to see in the back half of Season 9? Because we have no indication. And are you excited for Excalibur versus Raiden? Let me know in the comments below. So, thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I know you were listening, and I'll see you around.